tribal marks were given what they were supposed to give. Kilo day. One ya. Johnny. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Yoruba Movie Reviews. It's been a long time. This week I'm going to be reviewing a movie called Ijogbon, a Netflix and Kunle Afolayan production. And you know, if it's Kunle Afolayan, it's about the village. The movie is set in a mining village called Oyo Oketao. It's about 4 high school kids that came across a bag of diamonds. They sold some, they kept some. And like hot sauce, people came looking for it. And those that wanted to steal it, including those that wanted to steal it, and those that claimed that they owned it. And you know, it had their consequences for the kids. So that's the plot basically. Now, what do I like about the movie? What do I like about the movie? I like that. I like when Yoruba movies or Nigerian movies are made to international standards. Like, Mama will movie or Mabu, I'll be looking at the movie and my head will be swelling. I'm like, yes, that's our home. We made that. You know, it makes me feel so good. And that's how it made me feel watching Ijogbon. I love the attention to detail. I love that the sound, where the voice was supposed to echo, it echoed. Where the voice was supposed to sound normal, it sounded normal. And as they're varying the voices, they're passing a message. Either they're saying, oh, we're talking about the past, or we're talking about the future, or we're talking about the present. So you can relate. So I love that attention to detail. I like the sound effects as well. You know, when they're showing you a scene and they want to add to that scene. They want you to enjoy the scene more. It seems like they wanted you to be there in that particular scene. So when they were depicting rural life, you know, you could hear the bird sound, the sounds, the drums and everything. And it felt like I was right there in the village. So I felt that was good. I like the name, what they did with the name. The name is Ijogbon. And I like that when they put Yoruba movies on Netflix, they put the intonation, the amio. So you know they don't just write Ijogbon like they're writing English. No, you know they put the intonation. I love that to signify that this is a Yoruba name. Don't go and say Ijogbon or Ijogbon. It is Ijogbon. Get the intonation right. Love that. I like the soundtrack as well, where the scenes were energetic, the drums were faster and, you know, a bit hearty. When the scenes were low or, you know, melodramatic, you know, the drums were, you know, more mellow and everything. I like the makeup. The tribal marks were given what they were supposed to give. Kilo day. One ya. Johnny. The makeup was good. I like that they also the attention to detail as well, in terms of, apart from the makeup, apart from the costume, to show that this is a village, they colored the actors, they colored their teeth. You know, people in the village, many of them usually have tobacco stains on the teeth or bitter color stains. So, you know, it just gave that overall look, that believable look, that, you know, attention to detail. A1. And I also like the camera panning, so the drone effects, you know, when they were showing the village, when they were showing the catches, when they were showing the mining. That was so good. I love that. Another thing I liked was the story. The story was beautifully told. You know, they were carrying everybody along steadily. You're not wondering, this scene, how does it tie in with the next scene? So every scene is a build up. You're not thinking at the end, how does this scene tie in with this scene? What's going on? And as the scenes were tying together nicely, it was building up a tempo. It was building up, you know, the whole story was building up this momentum. And I was having anxiety, like, oh my gosh, are they going to make it? What's going to happen? Are they going to die? There might be some spoiler alerts, but I won't spoil it for. I won't majorly divulge, you know, what the ending is or what the ending was like. So I like that the thing was told beautifully. I particularly like that the 4 friends. I think the 4 friends came from different economic class. So we've got the king's son, obviously, will be the richest we've got the teacher's son, the principal's son, which will be the most principled, the most taught. We've got the poor widower's son, which who instills ethics in that child as well. Your father is not here, it's just me taking care of you. I don't want anybody talking about you. Then we've got the reverend son, who's going to instill the lessons of God in his son. So you've got these 4 kids from different economic class, but something tied them together, which was there was the possibility that good ethics would have been instilled in them. And these ethics would have been instilled in them in one way or the other, that when they were taking those diamonds, they would have known that, this is not the right thing to do. And the question was, though, did they steal? They found the diamonds. They didn't find it beside the dead body. They didn't find it in a mine. They just found it on the floor. They found it on the bag. Did they steal? Is it finders keepers? I think they knew what they were doing was wrong, because they decided to hide it. They decided to hide the money they stole from their parents. Because, you saw a diamond in a bag, definitely it belongs to someone. And one thing about the story, though, about the storyline building up, everything being good, I found it quite unbelievable that high school kids will find uncut diamond and realize what they are. Am I projecting here? I'll just say diamond and flower. I'll be like, what's this one now? My mind would not even go to diamond, because they're killing diamond don't want to be by. Do you know what I mean? Like, if they were cut diamond, they were polished, they were shining, I can go, and they were buried, I'm likely to go, possibility is a diamond. However, on the other hand, these kids are clever. These kids are literates. They went to school. There's the internet. And, the bag was hidden. Why would someone hide a bag of clear rocks and everything? So I felt I was struggling to believe the story that, children would just find uncut diamonds and know what they are and quickly go to the village crook to start negotiating prices. So anyway, but apart from that, I feel the story was beautifully told. The momentum built up, up to the climax. It was really, really good. That thing I like was the casting. I like that, like great actors, great actresses. I think Kunle Afolayan knows how to drag actors from wherever they're hiding and tell them to come and act. As we saw Yemi Shodimu from Mainframe Production Gang, and that was really good. Yemi Solade acted well. Got Bimbo Manuel, Femi Branch, Femi Adebayo, Tana Adelano, Greba Afolayan, and the 4 young talents that acted as the 4th friend, one of them being Ikorodu Boys, and the girl I forgot to, put out a name. They all really acted brilliantly. What did I not like? I did not. There are two things I did not like. I did not like that the colorist colored the movie with a tint of orange. When you watch Mexican movies and you find that tint of orange and you feel like Mexico lives in a perpetual sunset. So it felt like Nigerians lived in a perpetual sunset, and that's not true. Why is that an issue? That's an issue for me personally, because I used to believe Mexican people lived in an orange tinted atmosphere, until there was this documentary that talked about it and enlightened people that it's all this coloring stuff, to give effect to certain stuff. But it made me believe for a while, because many Mexican movies were colored that way. So I believe that, Mexicans really would be living in a color tinted atmosphere. And, Nigeria had a lot of bad publicity. Africa had a lot of bad publicity, many of which we do with our own ends. And, adding to it with someone coloring our movies orange tint, I don't think it helps. Make it realistic, maybe make it real color, vivid. I don't know, maybe some things you can color it like evening scenes or morning scenes, but daylight scenes, why are you coloring it orange? Anyway, the second thing I did not like was the bystanders. when the actors were acting, many of the bystanders, you could see them stand and just staring at the actors and not doing anything. You could see them stand. Even though they tried to blur out the bystanders, you could still see some bystanders. So I think, that's something they will have to work on, in terms of getting some extras that can be bystanders that will be looking busy. I understand this was shot in the village, and it wasn't like they were building some sets from scratch and everything. They were using a a proper village that people lived in, and you can't just tell the people, shoo, we're doing stuff. I don't know how it works, but the bystanders, staring at the actors, it was noticeable at many points. And those are the only two things I did not like, but I liked a lot, which I mentioned earlier. So what lessons are we? Kunle Afolayan movies, what's it called? Try to invoke, you watch a movie and you're like, what lesson can I learn? What lesson is he trying to teach you? You don't have to even think. It's like it's actually teaching you a lesson. So those were I picked up 4 things. Don't take things that are not yours. If they don't give you, don't take it. Right. Second thing is, money can destroy beautiful things, including relationships. These 4 friends came across a diamond. A bag of diamonds. It caused fights between them because of, when the diamonds came into being, they started distrusting each other. Is this person going to cheat me? Is that person going to cheat me? Is that person going to cheat me? Third thing is, develop good relationships with your children so that when they're in trouble, they can call on you before it's too late. These children were being threatened, were being kidnapped, and they could not tell their parents. These children found a bag of diamonds and they could not tell their parents. That was wahoo. That. So we need to cultivate good relations. We might not like what they've done, but at least we can keep them safe at that time and advocate for them so they do not enter more hot water. So I think that's the 3rd lesson. The 4th lesson is, if a material thing brings out a monster in you, or has the potential to turn you into Frodo. You know Frodo in Lord of the Rings? He was a normal regular guy. Then he started chasing the One Ring. Then he turned into something else, a monster. When a material thing start turning into that thing, run. Like, seriously run. Because I think that's what the diamond did. It turned many people in the movie into potential Frodos. So the ending, I like the ending. The ending, you not see it coming. It was feel good, bittersweet. But one thing I would say is the kids are clever. They are clever, and I did not see the ending coming. So I will kudos to that. Kudos to the story. Kudos to the acting. Kudos to the attention to details. Kudos to the casting, and kudos to the director, the producer, and Netflix for bringing Yoruba to the international scene. I hope it does well. I hope it's in the top 10 in many countries. And so that'll be the end of my review. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you sometime. I won't promise next week because I haven't done this in a month now because life happened. So I will see you next time. Bye-bye.